All right, boys, this one's for y'all. It's especially Drews and P. I know y'all look at these. So we redid the conduit network. All right. So, man, this is a lot. It took me like all day yesterday. I was working on this. First, we gotta use our little back way to get in. All right. So how this works? This is what we did. I think I talked about it before, but I'll talk about it again real quick. This right here is sewage. So we're dumping sewage into these purification. This is the purification node, right? That's what it's called. The water treatment sector using the purification node. So you connect sewage pipelines. It does some high performance water treatment, and it gives you some zircon effluent. And that effluent you can use to make more batteries. All right. So we have 3 lines of sewage going in, and this is about 10 facilities worth of sewage. That's what we're pumping into this bad boy, and we get some effluent every once in a while. All right, now the problem is we are in this zone of test area. Test area is in the northeast corner of the map. Okay, where I do all of the stuff with sewage and zircon effluent is in Marker Stone, the southwest part of the map. So our challenge is, how do we get these pipes all the way down there? Okay, all the way down here. That's where the pipes are. Okay, now what we've done is we've run these pipes along and through some walls. So this is the network. This is the network. So it comes across right there. And you see all this blank? You'll see what all this blank is. Because this is the next set right here. Jumps. Then we're back in Gosha Cave. This is Goblin Cave, but it's cleaned up now. We cleaned up Gosha. We're in compliance. We're within regs. We will not be punished. All right. When Wuling City comes to inspect the bureau, we're good. So we got go here, jumps across, goes down. So this is the network now. It's a lot cleaner lines we got going on too. So let's run it. Let's run it. So this is what I made. So we start here. Now, sewage is coming from test area, I'm sorry, from Marker Stone, from that outpost into here. And then we're carrying this back down to Marker Stone's outpost. So, let's hop on the zip line. I don't have zip lines for everything. Oh, I can't switch it. Come on, I gotta switch my controller. Hop off the screen. Alright, this guy is the inspector. Alright, he inspects the factory. But to set up these lines, we hire little Rosina Wolf Pearl. What's her last name? Lucina?
Pray, beware. I'm the purpose of the
Pack. What's her name? Where is it at? Rosina Wolf Pearl Lupino. Alright. Hold on. Where's her one little line as he says?
Pray,
Oh, there it is.
pray, beware. I'm the pulse of the pack. Oh, wait, that doesn't sound right. Anyway.
Alright, so that's we hired our contractor to help us build. She was a bodyguard for us to build all this. So alright, but we're gonna play as well, I gotta play as her because we gotta go into the wilds. So she has to escort. Okay, so our first area that we have conduits at. So that's where we came from. It's up there. But you see, what the conduits do is there's like this underground water network here in this region called Wuling, and the conduits connect to this underground water network. Now, at first, I thought they like bootlegged that and made this like bootleg lore, but apparently that's a big deal with this region, is this underground water network and why all these like enemies show up in places. But anyway, so this is the first stop. So these 3 right here are connected to what we saw over up there at the purification node itself. Okay. So we connect here, we do some simple piping, all right? Now, I'm gonna show you how we have to run on foot, but when you teleport, you can teleport through the wall and do some jank shit. So that's what I did. So if you had to run it, you would have to run it all the way up here. And you might remember, Drews, the last time I had the pipes kind of over all this natural scenery. I talked about how I don't really like doing that if I don't have to. So I tried to hide that here in test area, because test area is just such a gorgeous zone, man. I love the way this zone looks. So I wanted to try and get that stuff out of the natural landscape there. But I'll show you a place where I just kind of, after a while in this area, next area, we are tight on facilities. Okay, so I was like, I gotta free, if I can free up some space, I'm freeing up some space. Okay, so I ran through here, and now we're in this zone. All right, I'm gonna kill these mans real quick because sometimes they get in my way and they kind of piss me off. We'll end this fight easy. All right.
Breeze carries away the iron tang.
Now we are in Wuling City Zone. All right, so we're over here. We were over there. That's where we saw the last bit. Now we're over here in the maintenance zone. So this is where I was able to jump through the wall and like bring these conduits back over here and kill these bozos too. Stay together, people. Okay. So now, all right. So part of my thing, I wanted to save how many of these conduits I needed to put down, right? So we had to get a little creative here. So we jumped through the wall. You can see the lines jumping through the wall. We teleported to here. That's not 200 meters away, so I was able to jump through the wall and bring them down, all right? Or actually, I started here and jumped through the wall that way. So I jumped to this teleporter and did it. Okay, so this is what we had to do. Now, I don't come over this way that often, and I figured this is kind of an abandoned place. You got bozos wandering. They better not fuck with my daggum conduits. Don't mess with no Enfield stuff out here. You gotta do a Rosina. So I ran these pipes out here. This was a lot. The bridge is where it gets real funky. So I already had this. This is some hydro mining. I already had these running. Is this thing working right? Then we have this jankness going on. So we got this jankness going on. I thought this was kind of cool that I was able to collapse them into like 4 right next to each other, right? So, sorry. My camera work's not that great. So we kind of follow the pipes out to here. And up. Because this is all like abandoned, man. Like this was actually all full of water you had to drain out. Which I think I'm going to refill it full of green juice. I think I'll do that later. How much green juice do I got? I think I can make a lot. Anyway, how much do I need to fill that up? No, okay, yeah, no fluids, but how much do I need to fill it up? Whatever. Anyway, so you keep going. Can I jump up on this? I can't get up there. You got all these pipes. All these pipes going all the way out. So these little buckles right here, these little belt buckles, pipe control ports, they allow you to extend the pipes another 80 meters. So that's why I have them down. But in my main base, okay, this is a great pausing spot. We'll pause here for a second. In my main factory base, so this is the main factory area. Y'all have seen this before. In this main area, I have a ton of facilities, right? All these buildings. I got a lot of pipes, but the pipes are only count as one. Like each pipe counts as one pipe. And I don't have a lot of fluid stuff, right? I just have these long water pipes. So I have a lot of fluid facilities open because most people do their sewage up here. That zircon effluent and the sewage, they do it actually up here. So all you have to do to send it to the purification node is go like down and over and over and you're done. But since I didn't do that, I gotta go all the way through like 3 zones to get it, right? So that was the reason why I ended up using so many I try to use less conduits and more pipes, longer pipes through this zone, because if not I'd have like 6 extra conduits in here. So we run this over this lake. This is kind of a pain in the ass to get right a little bit too, because it's so jank. Like, how does that even work? Which I thought about doing it. I might experiment with this, but it's kind of a pain in the ass to change this. I thought about if I could bring the pipes up over this, like from down there and up over this, and then run them along here, and then probably probably bring them down and over that. But I wasn't sure about it, and it was like, if I get them stuck, it's gonna be a pain in my ass. You know, then I can fall down from back there, right? No, I can't go back there. So I wasn't sure about that. I wasn't sure if I could do it, so I ended up just doing this. I may not do it. I actually kind of like the way this looks right now. So, but anyway, we have this corner, goes over. Now this bridge is where things get kind of fucky. Okay, like what's going on here? So those two pipes just kind of merge into each other for some reason, and these two pipes just kind of merge into each other. But it has to do with like how the terrain is down there. It's real janky. It doesn't count the bridge as a buildable terrain, so it needs to like stretch across the bridge until it finds more footing somewhere else. It was a whole thing. And then this just grows out of that other pipe, and I was like, okay, sure, why not? All right, so we kind of destroyed the environment, because now we're back in the city area. What's this? This is the field logistics depot. So people are living here. So this guy was tilling his little field, scooping up poop or whatever. These little bird and bees is eating. Look, y'all are trapped. Go around. Enfields here, baby. So we have this. This is where they finally connect, and we jump again. We jump down through all the depot and into here. This is where we go to Goblin Cave. So I'll show you how to get there normally. Normally we gotta run through here. Man, this took me a long time. I didn't work on it for the full 10 hours, but I was working on it for over 10 hours while watching Evo. A lot of Evo. Like I even stopped. That bridge was giving me so much trouble on that green pipe, because I was trying to get it to not go in. No, that was a whole thing. I didn't want it to go around the other way. I wanted it to be like in line with the others. So I like even had to stop and go make some pork chops, some pork dinner that I had. I was working on this for so long. Thank you. Down here, I believe. This place is cool too. I like this area. We actually originally come here through a break. We break in, and the old girl had some bomb, Tong Tong, whose name means soup soup in Chinese, I guess. She blew this hole in the wall. So we'll come all the way down here. So normally I teleport it down in here, over here. This is also a really good area to get pictures in, because the lighting is like really good. It's pretty good. This. Am I stuck on something? Alright, oh, I'm not here for pictures. Hold on, my bad. So now we have this little area. So there's a little bit of Spirit of Goblin Ocean down here, but they ain't all crisscross with applesauce on top of each other, in each other. The bridge kind of has some of that, but I cleaned it all up. So, you know, I should pass inspection, right? I ain't gotta go hire Gosha. And when some motherfucker comes and says, Senna, JT, what's your certification for here? Can you show me the inspection you had done? I'm like, here it is. Here's my certificate from OSHA. And they like at first I'm like, oh, okay, OSHA approved. That's kind of crazy. You know, they looking at it, it's like they approved this shit though. And they get to the end and they see that stamp. And they see that little lowercase G, and they're like, this is Gosha. This is Goblin OSHA. And I get a citation, you know, but anyway, we ruined these stairs. No traveler should be coming through here unaccompanied anyway, so you know, stairs got jacked up. But we have this now. Not tight. The pipes do not get tight there, which I kind of like. They're kind of evenly spread out. So yeah, all this that had Gosha running through it, it's all cleaned up. Or not Gosha, but Goblin pipes. It's all cleaned up now. But we did pull a second long pipe. Now down here, I don't have the facility constraint that I had in the last place. In Wuling City, I got a facility limit, but the first area and this area I don't. So I kind of put them up on this little ridge here and ran those bad boys on like a slide. Now, I was hoping I'd get them all to be kind of like even as they slope down, but I couldn't. I was kind of sad about that. This for the road. Start out of the way, little guy. So they kind of bend down here and they kind of equalize a little bit as they cross this lake. I gotta run around. Hold on. Yep. Alright, I also have some Gosha going on out here in the field. Not Gosha, but some open air goblin building out here. But that got cleaned up too. More down here. So I call this Rabbit Hill on the map. The rare growths, like little rabbit hills. This right here, this symbol and this symbol. So this Rabbit Hill. Rabbit Hill West and Rabbit Hill East is over there. I didn't show you it, but it's over there. So then it connects to here. But I gotta go around to get to the next part. I gotta have the zip line. What's that zip People be having zip lines in the craziest places, bro. I'm going over there. Where that little highlighted thing is, where that pipes are. That's where I have to go. I do need to put a zip line back down here, though. Taking it up. So we're gonna cross by. This is my other outpost. This is the agricultural zone outpost.
Should we engage?
Which is one of my favorites. I clicked on this one, man. This thing looks cool as heck. This is, I told you, like I went for like what would a futuristic planting place look like agriculture, something. Like, it reminds me of the scene of Mad Max. In Mad Max too, they had the like water area, but like cyberpunk. So this is what that is. With my oddly shaped, a little too close to Nazi symbolism here, but I'm gonna pretend like that's not on my brain, and I did not know it. Grand Platinum. So anyway, we keep going. Take a little detour. So when we jump through the conduits, this is what makes it so much easier. You can just jump through teleports instead of having to run all the way around instead of a bunch of conduits. When somebody told me about that jumping thing, I was like, really now? So I knew I had to use that going in the future. So this is where we end up. This is the other side of it. Is this my zip line? Where does this go? Oh, that's right. I had to move it. I moved it over. Alright, anyway. So this is what. So this water is a separate network. This is doing other stuff. But this is the second part, the next part from Rabbit Hill West. So Rabbit Hill's over there. So we have this. So this is nice and clean now, much cleaner than what I had going on before. So now we're gonna jump through the wall down into the treasure grotto. So let me run up there. I guess I should have just teleported and showed you it instead of running, but I got done making the 1.5-hour long tutorial for people on how to build this thing. So and I didn't feel like making a yap video, so I guess I made it for y'all. A yap for my boys. Which 2XKO top 8 is today? I tried watching like top 24 and stuff and pools, but I'm not I can't. I don't know. I like this. You know what it is? I know what it is. I like the storyline of following the players, right? So in Grand Blue Fantasy, I call it top 24, and what is that one guy playing Eustace, that old ass man's name. And it was cool to like watch him play a few, but I didn't really watch those too much. But top 8 lets me follow the players through their like a little mini journey, right? So I like watching top 8 a lot. We're splitting up on me.
You got formation.
My boy Paco is so cool, man. Get him, Rosina. Alright. Okay, so this is where that terminates at.
Teamwork
So it's
is
down here.
not my strength.
I like this
This
little area.
marks
So right
an
under the
exception.
waterfall, we have all the conduits. That's a daggum 240p waterfall, man. What the heck? All right, so this is the next. Now this breaks into two. This manifold can carry like 2 buildings worth, or 2 out conduits worth, but I have to break it here because I have 2 of these in the base. I don't have a manifold in the base, so it gets broken up. So these last 4 on the outside here, they teleport up to the last outpost. To right here in Marker Stone. So I'll show you how that has to go. So again, this is if I had to run it, which I did not do. I teleported. I'd have to go through this dark ass cave to get in there.
War is never about
Later,
mercy.
bitch.
And I was hoping you'd say that.
You was hoping I'd say later, bitch? Hell yeah. I gotta zip up. Eight. And up one more time. Also, I didn't have to do any of this. It worked just fine how I had it. You actually don't even have to do this to begin with, but did I want to? Yes. Yes, I did. Alright. So when I say, like, sewage, that's all this purple stuff. So this red ore, when you're making it, you're refining it from the ore into, like, the cuprium itself. It's called cuprium ore. When you refine it into cuprium here, now you need water coming in, and you need cuprium ore. And when you refine it, it turns into cuprium, but it gives a byproduct of sewage. So that's what you have to deal with. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of them. 12 of them. And then this guy right here is using, this one is also making it. It's coming out right here in this purple or this orange arrowed one. And this one makes it because up here with the cuprium, you make your cuprium, and all these are going through a shredder. So they go into the refining unit, then they go into a shredding unit. And that shredding unit then sends it to my depot, right? Now the powder, that turns it into cuprium powder. So the powder comes out from the wall here. That's all this. All this is powder. This powder comes out through the wall, and in these crucible reactors, they're called expanded crucibles, but they're crucible reactors. Inside of these reactors, you are mixing the cuprium powder with acid from here. We're sourcing acid from down here, these little bubble guts. Alright? That's this yellow. You put it in together with the cuprium powder, and it makes cuprium solution, so it liquefies it. Alright, that's the red you're seeing. And we carry the red around, we do some pipe mancer stuff to where all this red gets carried into this purification unit. Alright, so we have four of these crucibles. 1, 2, 3. Actually, it's yeah, 1, 2, 3, and 4. They all carry theirs down into this guy, and that's this orange. It makes this orange right here. It also makes its own acid. It makes a byproduct of acid when you make hedanite solution. So it turns from cuprium. You get 4 cuprium. The purification unit will change it into hedanite solution and a byproduct of the precipitation acid. You take that, this orange right here is that hedanite solution. We join them together, this is the other purification, and we send it into this crucible. So this crucible is what makes hedanite itself, right? That makes hedanite. And so that is this little nugget, and that byproduct has hedanite and sewage. So that's what it's used. That's where the sewage comes from. That gives me my 13th line of sewage. All right. Now, 3 of these lines of sewage over here. We gotta section this off. So this 4 on the left is its own little group. So they group together all their sewage to here. These are bridges, so it bridges over those 2 pipes. And here what we have is a little splitter network. My control's being dumb. So it sends 2 lines of sewage into this crucible right here and this crucible right here. They use that to make some effluent. That same effluent that I'm pulling down, some of that gets made here, and these 2 make their own sewage. These 2 crucibles make their own sewage, and they make zircon. They make this stuff called zircon. So 4 lines of sewage are coming down. 2 of them go into those first 2 crucibles. The other 2 are right here. They get carried off. So this one gets carried down and into this reactor to make a bit more effluent. That's what that goes to. It makes a bit more effluent. However, that's 3 lines out of my 13 used. The other 10 I gotta dispose of somehow. So they all get grouped together. So all of these over here are grouped together and sent into these conduit inlets. So this one right here, that's 1. Oops, sorry. Back up, sorry. So we have 1 right here. That's those 4. Goes into that. This one right here for these 2 travels along the outside and connects to this inlet, right? And then the last one is this guy coming from the reactors. This long one comes over, joins together with these 2 cuprium, and that's 3 in this line, in this pipe right here. Picks up this 4th one from this crucible and sends all 4 into this conduit inlet, right? And then we jump through the wall down here, and that's what you're seeing here. So those arrows pointing in, and then it goes in the reverse of what we did. It sends it all the way up there, and this effluent gets sent back down every once in a while. So anyway, that's it. Just wanted to yap a little bit, show you what I did, show you that I should pass inspection of OSHA with that. No way I don't pass. No way I don't get an official OSHA inspection. Again, it comes out right here. So that's where it comes out. And it goes into that one. So, no way I don't pass with flying colors, baby. No way I don't. So, that's that. That's what I wanted to show y'all. Oh, that's my rainbow tanks back there too. Got the rainbow tanks. And this daggum chubby, like, he bullying this little man. He bullying him. So, alright. That's it, boys. We'll talk more about Evo over the day. Especially top 8. Top 8! Let's go!